So the other day, I mentioned that we'll be doing new segments in our program. The new podcast, The Health Trap, is partnered with several people. I own the company Healthy Hood Network, so I do cater to the hood. Coming from the hood, there's a lot of different things that we've done just to be healthy, to take care of ourselves, different remedies that we've had. For instance, Grandma Said, you know, is one of my segments. Or even Back in the Day is one of my segments. And You Better is going to be one of my segments. I'm also going to have Thick Trap Hippie After Dark with some special guests. But I'm going to talk about back in the day. Now, back in the day, we used to do so many different things. If we were sick, we can't even probably do now. It's just ridiculous. I don't know what it is. I remember we used to, go outside with no shoes on, play outside all until the street lights come on. It ain't safe out here no more because of the people that we live around and just what's going on. It probably wasn't even safe then, but we didn't know as much of the crazy things that happened. Especially like we do now. With social media, things just travel fast. But back in the day, things were just a lot more easier. You didn't really have to worry too much about a lot of things. You just really ate to get full. You was happy to get a meal on your plate. You wasn't worried about, when we was, growing up. I know my grandma used to be like, well, you gonna eat what's put on your plate. It ain't no reading the label and looking and going shopping and picking and choosing. Ain't no options. You better be glad you eating. All I gotta do is give you bread and water, so we learned, to be quiet when our food is being served, and we would eat what we were given. Now, there's picky eaters, there's people with special diets, there's, just all types of different, issues going on that, actually that can't cover anymore. You can't just say eat what's on your plate. I mean, you can, and I'm sure in many hoods there are still people that do that. But you have to consider our conditions, the different, health issues that we've had. A lot of times our kids have become obese. I mean, they're kids that are bigger than me. And you look at the food that they're eating. I mean, these pieces of chicken in the fast food places are huge. Like, I don't know what chicken is on a farm that has, these big old thighs on there that ain't full of steroids and just, other things in the ingredients that's just puffing them up, with things, and mostly it's steroids. So you think the steroids disappear? No, they're transferred to our kids. They're transferred to us, and those things have issues. They cause issues. There's obesity in almost every culture and every community. And it's because of eating. It's because of lack of exercise. It's because of lack of knowledge. So yeah, Grandma used to say, eat what's given to you. Your mama said that, back in the day, we did what we could. We would eat oodles and noodles. And, now probably all those people that lived off of noodles probably got high blood pressure because of all the sodium and the MSG and all the stuff. It was not good for us. But again, we couldn't say too much because we weren't the one buying things. Now that you are in charge, you have options. You can take your time and read the labels. Teach your kids to read those labels. Prepare meals with them. It's not a shutting them out of the preparation process, because this will teach them in the long run how to be healthy, even in the hood. This your girl, Thick Trap Hippie, and I will be talking about different things from back in the day, things that you better do. If you gonna ask me a question, you better be asking your doctor some questions. You better be checking out your options. You better be researching. That's what you better do. My segment and my company is about catering to those in the urban community, but also explaining things and educating on your options and your ingredients and the process of doing this, transitioning. You can't do this overnight. It's not a big quick fix pill. You have to create a system. You have to become scheduled and be disciplined. That's the only way it's going to work. You have to do certain things at certain times, just like you clock in every day. And this is something you better do. Otherwise, you're going to have issues. So, again, stay tuned to my different segments. I just had to give you guys a little rant on my new things I will be incorporating into the Health Trap podcast with different people and myself. If you have any suggestions or a comment on what your grandma used to say and what you used to do back in the day, and different things that you better do, drop it in the comments. Like my comments, like my posts, hit me up on Instagram. I am at Thick Trap Hippie or on at the Health Trap. You can also comment on the podcast. Get my views. Give me 5 stars. Let me know what you think, though. We will be incorporating these different segments amongst my regular show, and I will be starting a new little thing next week. So I'm kind of keeping it a little under wraps, so that's why I'm kind of speaking cryptically. But it's all for you. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. It's your girl, Thick Trap Hippie, and you're listening to The Health Trap.